not just feeding the hungry only on Thanksgiving. It's an everyday situation. You know what I mean? This is 265 days a year.
That is funny. 265 days? Where the hell that bitch live at?
Have a nice day. You have a nice day. Please buckle up. And don't contact me to come meet you and whatever else food your Ashley feet. Okay. Bye, Porsha. Okay, bye, Ashley. Have a nice day. Bye, Ashley.
If y'all do notice the holes we have in the floor shaped in a diamond, so the Underground Railroad passed right beneath us in that area. So this way you used to catch air as they were moving below us. And there's 4 feet of height below, in which orally was a crawl space. So these were the ventilation holes. To this date, we don't know how they got in or out from the inside of the church.
Well, there has to be an opening for the railroad at some point, because somebody's driving the train. It's not electric like what we have now.
It wasn't a train, maybe.
Really? Like, you really thought, like, there was an actual train that took them through?
Hi, I'm meeting someone here. Oh, I just needed a minute. I was thinking like Brad Pitt, George Clooney, that kind of, swirl situation. I wasn't ready for, Miss Clean up in here, ready to go for the date. I mean, I know that's what I asked for, but I don't know. Oh, hi.
Hey, Porsha.
Hello.
Patrick. Give me a hug.
Oh, sure. It's kind of hot in here, is it not?
It is like a little stuffy.
It is really
It is like
hot.
a little stuffy. Oh my goodness. Some high quality H2O.
Yeah. Hello. How you doing? How you doing?
All right. What's up?
Oh my God.
How are you?
I thought you were Kim.
Bitch, shut up.
No, I'm not lying. I love this blonde though. It looks really good.
Ladies and gentlemen, dudes and dudettes, welcome to season 2 of Armani's Got the Heat. I know it has been 6 weeks. Y'all have been waiting on me to come back for a long time, but I'm not gonna hold y'all up because we got a lot to talk about today. So let's get right on to it.
Let me tell you something about this raggedy asshole down at the bottom, okay? These bottom barrel bitches. You help bottom barrel bitches, and they turn around and do the most low down.
No one has
they turn
ever
around and do the most
helped a
low down
TV
thing
on
possible,
this
which is
stage.
talk about somebody's child.
No one talks about your child. Nene said your child looks like Dennis 5 times. She does. My son looks like her father. The question is, why are you bothered?
First of all, I will never forgive you, okay, for ever speaking on my child. You hear that? Do you see me? Do you hear what I am saying?
I never spoke on your child.
You did. Let me tell you something. Whenever you were coming for me in my C-section, like thousands of women have not had a C-section, trust me, you coming for me.
I didn't come for you. You came for me.
That's what you're gonna
bringing
do?
my name into a storyline for yourself.
That day, because let me tell you how I will whop you
You're the one that brought my name up first. You don't come out and tell me how to pop back Pampered by Porsha. Don't tell.
Of course, I couldn't start season 2 without someone memorable and that I actually like. So why not go with Porsha? Starting with Simon.
Your home is beautiful, Thank you so much.
We're so excited.
All right.
Putting on our best behavior.
Hi, ladies. How are you?
This is my husband, Simon, everyone.
How are you? You're good. Boom, boom. Yes.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Thank you for coming.
And I see you laid it out for us.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah, solid.
Now, that makes me want to get married all over again.
I mean, it's gorgeous.
Yes, we may just have to renew our vows, ring upgrade.
You know,
Love
the
it.
usual.
Love it.
Do I think he's a good fit for Porsha? Hell no. Simon was messing with Porsha, Fallon, and Jessica Harris all at the same time. Now, how he tried to clear his tracks with dealing with Fallon at the same time where he was dealing with Porsha and Jessica was that he tried to accuse Fallon of cheating on him with London Giuseppe, who met Fallon well before she got engaged to Simon. Fallon went on the back end and had an affair with the man, and he tried to use that, Simon, as ammunition to file the divorce. But he had already been messing with Jessica Harris, because when it came out that he was dealing with Porsha, she dropped the receipts. I don't feel like this man could be trusted. It's something in the back of my head that is just giving me something about this just ain't right. It goes from, we see him on Atlanta Housewives, we meet him through Fallon, but somewhere along the lines, her and Porsha never has a disconnect, and Porsha ends up with her husband.
You what?
It's a bunch of confusion. I don't trust this man. I don't trust this man. Now, needless to say, he's money. He got money. He gonna take care of Porsha and her daughter. But I don't think this is the person for her. Like, I don't see it. And honestly, the person that I do think is for her is up here on this panel, and that'll be Dennis. But I'll get to that in a moment. This man has a reputation for being narcissistic and controlling, and just overall letting his true colors show when he doesn't get his own way. I watched this man while doing my research for all of this on live multiple days, pleading and trying to explain the level in which him and Fallon are and why they have came to be divorced, and why he's at the place that he's at with Porsha right now. It's a lot of different moving parts. But as I said, Simon, the man can't be trusted. And is he a match for Porsha? He's a match to spend his money on Porsha, but he's not a match for her as far as the love that she really needs and really craves. And I don't see him being the father figure that PJ needs. You know, I just see him being, Porsha's right now. And I feel like that may be where her mind is at. He may not be forever. He may just be right now. And that's fine, but the same way you get them is the same way you lose them. So I almost am 100% certain that this won't even work into the new year. Like, it won't even get into 2022. But it's a good effort. Porsha was talking about having 3 weddings. Who has the budget for 3 weddings? Bitch, Kim Kardashian spent $1,000. I mean, Kim Kardashian spent $1 million on a wedding. So did Keisha Kaur. And them bitches ain't had 3 weddings. Okay? But see, that's because Simon is from another island or another country or something, and she wants to go over there and practice his customs. Then she wants to come here and practice her own customs, and they're gonna do something else private somewhere. Like, it's just a lot of discombobulation, and I feel like it's really just giving that this whole scheme is a part of a bigger publicity stunt. And I feel like this is happening because the Real Housewives of Atlanta is riding on Porsha's back now. Nobody's there to keep the show going. None of the OGs are there. The only person that may be considered an OG is Cynthia and Candy. But the OGs that were there before they got there, none of the OGs are on the show. And the only person that's just as equally entertaining as Nene would be Porsha. So why not let the season fall on her back? Okay. Simon was denied because something in his Kool-Aid is just not sweet. I need to figure him out just a little bit more before I can say, okay, yeah, he can marry Porsha. Hell no. I don't know this man from a can of paint, and from what we have saw thus far, he knows how to mess with more than one woman at one time. So, moving right on over to Nene Leakes.
You can't leave Atlanta for 10 minutes without a whole bunch of drama going on. We may have to crack open a couple bottles to get through this tea. So Candy came by. Okay. She said Cynthia had some type of event. So I'm thinking she's probably a little pageant or whatnot, you know, whatever Cynthia be throwing. Okay. And, yeah, you know, pageant or, you know, a casting call. So the flyer that I saw, she was on it naked. It's like, is she like competing with the Instagram thoughts?
What
but anyway,
Instagram thoughts?
Them hoes over there.
Them hoes over there.
Those are thoughts.
Okay, you opened me up to a whole new world. I'm like, what the hell is a thought? I've been at work too long in Vegas. Now they done got a whole new thing, and it's that hoe over there. Where's she at?
I think her and Nene's relationship is a complex one, okay? Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say early that Nene is denied because I feel as though there were times in Porsha's life where Nene could have been that girl. You know what I'm saying? And as her friend, she could have been, you know, better than the whole frack and whack situation. You know, she could have really stepped up for Porsha and been that girl. And even though most times she was, you know, but there were a lot of times where a lot of tit for tat shit was happening and Nene just wasn't stepping up and being at bat for her. You know, eventually they got out of looking at each other like Porsha and Nene and started looking at each other more like big sisters. But even then, they would bump into conflict. And it took Porsha to get on TV and beg her, cry and all that, just for Nene to be receptive of the friendship again. And I don't believe, me personally, I don't believe that it's even worth the TV ratings. I like Porsha and Nene, but I don't want to see their drama on TV. You know, that is one duo that I don't mind them handling their private issues in private. Or I don't mind them handling whatever the storyline is that the show is trying to stamp on them. I don't mind them handling that in private. You see what I'm saying? Like, instead of it being such a public situation all the time between them two. You know, and the first time Greg got sick, Porsha was there for her. Porsha made her laugh. Porsha really stepped up and was the little sister to her and was like, okay, right now she really needs to laugh. Right now, again, she really needs to laugh. And her and Porsha are at a distant place in life from each other to where I don't even think she has called Nene to say, you know, I'm in your prayers, you know, you have my prayers, whatever, and I'm going to come make you happy again, you know. And a lot of people, when I posted that video on my page, you know, about Porsha and Nene, people were like, you know, I love them two together. A lot of people commented and it was like, I love them two together because their duo is more genuine than what freaking Frack was, which we'll get to whack in just a moment. But their friendship was more genuine than any other person on the Real Housewives of Atlanta cast, including Shamia, because her and Shamia bumped heads. If you remember the year that Candy was accused of allegedly wanting to rape Porsha via Phaedra, yeah, Shamia and her wasn't cool that season. And they didn't really get cool until after the reunion going into the next season. And yeah, I don't really feel as though that's a friendship that needs a lot of work. Nene and Porsha. They just need a lot of work. But I would love to see them two fix it and come back together outside of what has happened on the show and what has happened in real life. Nene has made clear that she feels betrayed by a lot of the Real Housewives of Atlanta girls, including Porsha, because when she left the Real Housewives of Atlanta, she included those girls in a boycott of E2E, the network. And of Bravo. And none of those girls were really interested in doing, and the boycott, because they all felt like, okay, but this is my money, bitch. This is how I eat. I can't fuck around with you, and my kids won't eat or my bills won't be paid because you want to boycott. So eventually, in the end, she was able to get everybody on board except who? Candy Burris. Candy went behind her back and spoke to Bravo executives about a spinoff and a whole bunch of other shit. But one of those topics of conversation was who shouldn't be back on the show. And according to what I got, those top 3 were Kenya Moore, Cynthia Bailey, and Porsha Williams. And the only reason why she is not listed up here is because the issue that she has with Porsha is really not a real one. The issue that she has with Porsha really stems from the fact that she has an issue with Dennis. And it's kind of like, okay, well, he's the one who went around and got all of the tattoos. He's the one that cheated on Porsha. He's the one that did all of this. He's the one that did all of that. Instead of blaming him, they try to hold Porsha accountable for everything. That's why, case in point where I felt like Nene should have stepped up when they had the whole anger management conversation with Porsha, and they all tried to hit her from a different direction. Nene was aware of Porsha going to anger management, but she never really reached out to Porsha, on camera to show that support to her. She really left her out to dry by herself in front of the cameras and in front of the crew and in front of the girls, and having to explain herself about, okay, do she go to anger management or not? That's nobody's business. And that's something that you talk to somebody that you claim to be your sister or claim to be a genuine friend to you. That's what you talk to them about. But Nene failed because it's just that a lot, in that friendship just doesn't correlate to me sometimes. Like, a lot of the stuff that she did especially when the whole situation happened at the Halloween party, and they were addressing, some stuff that Nene had said about Porsha and Porsha had said about Nene, and Nene wanted to go all the way back from the beginning. If you're gonna bring drama to her, she feels like, okay, girl, let's start from the top, and then we'll work our way down to everything else. And Porsha was like, no, ma'am, we're gonna talk about right now. We're going to talk about what's going on right here, right now. Let's not bring up 3 years ago. Let's talk about right now. But Nene feels as though, like, girl, you've been doing me stuff. So why I can't bring up 3 years, but you can bring up right now? Overall, I would love to see these two back together. Unfortunately, Nene has been denied. Moving on over to Dennis.
Just talking about, what is it going to take to get beyond where you are? Because I remember one point you said you were done. And Dennis, I'm going to start with you. Why do you think you came today, and help me understand where you are?
I think we've been through a lot these last few months, and everything was good. But, I made a mistake. I cheated, and
it's not a mistake. A mistake to me is like take the wrong exit. You don't make a mistake and set up with someone and cheat. That's not where he needs to be in order for me to heal and in order for me to move forward. Okay. He has to be in a place, in my eyes, taking full accountability for his actions, period, no matter how it looks and it feels.
Now, Dennis is a fucking weak link. Now, I don't mean to get crazy, but I'm gonna get crazy with this one. Dennis is a fucking weak link, but he's a weak link. But to reiterate on that, this is why my opinion is that of Dennis. One, he is smart. Need I say before I get into anything else, he is smart, very smart, because that bitch came up with a plan that worked, okay? Okay, so from the beginning, he got with Porsha, got engaged, had PJ. Now, fast forward past all of that, then it started cheating on Porsha. Now, this is where it falls back on Porsha for me. Porsha doesn't know how to be the woman of the house in the relationship. Same problem with Cordell. She does not know how to put her foot down as the woman of the house and establish a set of boundaries or a set of rules as the woman of the house and lay down the law. You know, she just allows the men to just walk over her. And then when she's affected by it, then she wants to control the outcome of how she's been affected. No, dear. At the end of the day, okay, Dennis was just letting Porsha do and say what she wanted. He had already been over the relationship from the first time he cheated on her. And if I'm not mistaken, she was pregnant with PJ when that happened. So Dennis had been over the relationship. He had been ready to go. That's why when she posted the picture of her, Simon and Dennis, of course he's going to pose in the picture. He's cheated on Porsha. He's gave her a baby. He's proposed to her. He's tried. He's put in his time, and he still sees that Porsha is not putting her foot down in the relationship to set boundaries. She keeps trying to say, oh, well, take full accountability, but we're still waiting on you to take full accountability for taking that lady's man. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. If you're going to tell him take full accountability for him cheating on you, let's take full accountability for you sleeping with that woman's husband while she was still married to him. But needless to say, I'm going to go ahead and let Dennis be accepted this week. I'm going to throw out an accepted verdict on Dennis because I feel like Porsha would have did better with Dennis versus Simon. At least she has a baby with Dennis. At least he proposed to her. At least we were able to see that the relationship was at least partially real. At least we were able to see the things. But I don't know, like we saw them go to counseling. We saw them do all of this stuff. We saw them trying to put in the work to be happily together. So why not be with the father of your daughter? Instead of somebody that's playing hopscotch with women all around LA and Atlanta. Like, it's a lot going on. Then, girl, no ma'am. Dennis is accepted. And, yeah, we're going to move right on to the whack. Phaedra Parks.
This ain't nowhere near a divorce party. Why are you moving?
Girl, that thing put your...
Oh my God.
That's why I was moving.
This is just a celebration of her being a bomb-ass chick. I'm going to do it Porsha style.
I'm not trying to get inebriated.
Well, no, but I want you to spend the night.
Girl, I ain't bring no extra panties.
I got some. Brand new, just for you. Follow the frick.
That thing got a mind of its own.
It sure do. Let me go get it. The frack to my frick. I want you to go put it on.
Okay, yes.
Now, Phaedra, this is my only issue with Phaedra, and this is why she's going to be a failed also. A denied. This is why she's going to be a denied also. Phaedra was the clear example of leaving Porsha out to dry. Okay? At no point after accusing Kandi of what she accused her of should she have let Porsha hang out to dry on her own. Now, yes, Bravo reprimanded her, took her off the show, told her that she couldn't come back, all of this, all of that. But Porsha is still a licensed attorney. She wasn't disbarred. She wasn't none of the things. And the media put that out there to try to make Kandi feel okay. But that's not what it was, because the allegations were just allegations, and a lot of the networks were looking at them like allegations. Kandi made a valid point and said that she could have lost her whole career, her whole lifestyle. It was definitely on the line when that statement had been made. Now, when they were taking accountability for who said what and how it was said, she lied to Porsha's face at this point and said she hadn't said it to Porsha. And it really revealed to Porsha that, like, okay, well, has this girl really been my friend, you know? Has this girl really been here for me? Whatever. But at the end of the day, she left Porsha out to dry. And even after she had left the show and Porsha stayed there by herself, she left Porsha out to dry. Like, Porsha had to go through the seasons dealing with Candy's bullshit on her own. Like, it was so grimy of her. Like, it got so far under my fucking skin. Because, like, it's like, girl, you didn't even release a statement. You didn't release a statement. You didn't say any fucking thing. You didn't try to meet up with Porsha. And in the end, you didn't try to apologize to her. Nothing. You grabbed your dress and you walked off that stage. That reunion was the last time we saw her. Like, so I feel like before they consider bringing Phaedra back onto the new season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, they need to consider all of this. Okay? Because if it was that easy for her to have told the lie that she told on Candy and threw Porsha under the bus, something that could have ruined both Candy and Porsha's and her career, what could she possibly do to anybody else? But this is why I think Phaedra fell too. They all, like, all of the people that have been denied have valid reasons to be denied. Okay? And that's Simon, that's Nene, and that's Phaedra. They all have valid reasons to be denied. The only reason why Dennis got accepted, because he had a valid reason to be accepted. Dennis is the only one willingly walking away. And he's the only person, in my opinion, who really won out of this whole thing. He's walking away scot-free with a daughter. No love lost for Porsha. They have a daughter. But he's been wanting to let her go. And now he's finally got the moment so he can do him and she can do her. So of course he's gonna pose. Let's pose in a picture. Of course, she's with a new man. She don't have to worry about me cheating, going around texting, saying nothing, doing nothing. That's pose. Like, you know, so that's why I feel like he's the only person that had a logical theory behind involving themselves with Simon. The only person. But needless to say, this is my opinion. You tell me what you think about everything that I've just presented to you. One thing before I do end this video, though, I do want to say regarding the Bolo situation. Do I think Porsha had sex with Bolo? I definitely do believe Porsha had sex with Bolo. It was the Simon situation that confirmed it for me. Out of all of the people that said that Porsha was interested in all of that, I was on her side. I was rooting for her. Like, that girl did not sleep with fucking Bolo. She did not touch him. And it was so many people that had stories and trying to give their input about what happened. I just because I was sure that the shit was going to hit the fan, and it sure did. So I'm like, okay. So when the shit came out about her and Simon, I kind of like put it together like, okay, so if you was fucking with Simon, that means you had to be fucking with Simon after you met him at Fallon's house for the first time. That means when you went back for Fallon's Halloween costume party, you and Simon were having conversation. And that means when you went to Cynthia's engagement party, you did something with Bolo because you felt like that would be the thing to take the attention off anybody that would have potentially noticed what was happening between you and Simon. See how I did that just now? I don't want to take y'all too fast, but y'all see how I put that together just now. Yeah, I know y'all like that. I know y'all like that. But this is my judgment for the week. Thank you for watching. Next week, join me for Armani's Got the Heat episode 2. Bill Cosby versus the people. This is going to be an episode that you don't want to miss. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share the video. Child, shout me out. Whatever y'all need to do, but spread the word that Armani's Got the Heat is back. And bitch, I got tea. And I'll talk to y'all next week.